do you know what it feels like to be a Game of Thrones fan and to be a fan of a show that is so genuinely amazing and has affected the lives of so many different people in so many different ways, and to see the first episode of the 7th season for the first time after waiting over a year?
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, been holding it in for a while, take you with me if I can, been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. Goddamn right.
Now, to be honest, I don't really know how to go about this because I've never really done a video like this before. Because you know, like when I normally do, reviews for series, it's always like the whole series and not episode by episode. And so I'm really excited to see how I'm going to do this, because essentially, I guess I'm just going to really talk about what happened in this episode and how great it was, I guess. Because I mean, we start off with one of my favourite openings to a season of Game of Thrones of all time. You know, with season 4 you had like them forging Ned Stark's blade into 2 different swords. With season 5 you had the prophecy of Cersei. In season 6 I guess you just kind of had Jon Snow's dead body or something, I don't remember. But with this one you have Arya doing like a whole new red wedding on all the Frey people, and it was just so cool and so satisfying. It was just fucking sick in the best way possible. I mean, I guess if I could describe this episode in one way, in one word, it would be fucking satisfying. I know that's 2 words, but just satisfying, because literally this episode does such a great job of setting up where the characters are going to go from now, what they're going to be doing, what their motivations are. But it also at the same time shows us like what they've done in the past through the previously on Game of Thrones section, through their encounters. And this video will be for people who have seen the episode, so I can really talk about it. You know, like when the Hound meets that family that he left in about season 4, I think, that he stole from them, and then he comes back and finds out that they died. That was such a powerful moment, and it was so great. Like, it's just great to see the Hound, right? And his dialogue in this episode is just brilliant. It's just perfect Hound. And also when he looks into the fire and he sees sort of, you know, what the Lord of Light wants him to see, and he sees the, you know, he says he sees the castle by the sea near the wall. And I really do think that they're kind of foreshadowing that, and that is probably where everything is going to come together in the last episode. That's what I think. But yeah, you have that opening scene, right? And then you have Bran crossing over to the other side of the wall. And I don't know how this works, but I've heard that if he crosses the wall, then the wall will lose its sort of magic capabilities and it won't be able to hold the White Walkers. So if that is the case, then Bran's just pulled a dumbass dick move. So yeah, but he did get, you know, he sees Ed, right, who's the new Lord Commander, and obviously he goes to the other side of the wall. Talking about Jon Snow now, I love what he did in this episode, and I love what Sansa got to do in this episode. You know, they did such a good job of like building the tension between the 2 characters. You know, when Sansa sort of opposes his command regarding like the whole castle thing with the Umbers and the Karstarks, who kind of betrayed him, and then he gives it to the little kids, like the Karstark and the Umber kids, and then they're like, oh yeah, King in the North. And that was such a great moment, and the score comes in so well. And I also love, obviously, Lyanna Mormont. Everyone does. Again, she was perfect in this episode. The dialogue's just so great. What else is there to talk about? Cersei and Jaime. I love them in this episode. I really like that sort of painting that we saw in the trailers of the whole 7 kingdoms of Westeros, and their conversation about who's fighting and how they need to find allies. I kind of predicted that though, like you kind of expected Cersei to kind of join up with Euron Greyjoy, who kind of steals the show in this episode. I think Euron Greyjoy, I love him in this episode so much, and that was probably my favourite scene, his scene with Cersei and Jaime. I think the back and forth between the two characters is just, it's just perfect. And my favourite part of that scene is when Euron like asks for Cersei's hand in marriage, you know, as a sort of an exchange for his fleet, and then he's like, I've got two hands, and then they cut to Jaime. It was just so perfect. I love that so much. And obviously we have to talk about Sam, who for the first 5 minutes of his time in this episode is just literally grunts and vomit noises. He literally gets treated like utter shit in this episode. And I love the way they cut together and they edited that sort of opening little bit with Sam. It feels like an Edgar Wright film, like how there's like a rhythm to it, to the editing. I really like that. Yeah, I guess it feels a little bit out of place in Game of Thrones, but who cares? It was really cool. And obviously you see him stealing the book. He finds out that underneath Dragonstone there is a fuckload of dragon glass. That was, you know, and he sends it to Jon. That was nice. And obviously he meets Jorah, who somehow appears. That was nice, and I can see Sam and Jorah sort of like on this sort of buddy cop road trip, obviously with Gilly and the kid on the side. But like Sam and Jorah, I kind of want him to sort of leave the Citadel because it is kind of dull, and I want them to go up north. They run into Jon and Daenerys, and it's just going to be so good. I do feel, like I said, everything's going to come together in that big sort of castle by the sea. That is, I guess, what I'm predicting. But yeah, I like Sam's story arc. I said just now that Euron's scene with Cersei and Jaime was probably my favourite scene in this episode. I also have to say I have to give an honourable mention, quick shout out to Arya's scene with the Lannister soldiers, one of which is played by Ed Sheeran. That's right, yeah, pop singer Ed Sheeran, one of my favourite singers. And he, I guess it's just a nice cameo role. But that scene, man, it was so emotional. Like, the guy talking about how if he helps strangers, then strangers will help him back. And I'm pretty sure Arya was probably going to kill them. She looked at the sword and she saw that it was like a blunt sword, I think. I'm not sure, it could have been a proper sword. But I'm pretty sure Arya was just about to kill them. And then that guy said that line. It was just so emotional, it really hit me. And then the other Lannister soldier's like, I just had a baby. And then Arya's like, do you want it to be a boy or a girl? And he says he wants it to be a girl because boys just go off to fight in other people's wars. And that was so powerful. And I love that scene so much. And in fact, this entire episode is probably the most self-aware episode of Game of Thrones I've ever seen. It addresses so many of the things that people always say about Game of Thrones, all the memes and stuff, like when Sansa says, you know, Cersei will kill whoever she doesn't like or whoever tries to like mess with her. And then Jaime and Cersei having that conversation in King's Landing in the Red Keep, and Jaime says that Euron Greyjoy is a backstabber and, you know, he betrays people, and Cersei's like, everyone does that. That is literally what Game of Thrones is about. It's betrayals, and they address that, right? And I just love how self-aware this entire episode was. It's just perfect. And also, before the season began, everyone was talking about how fast-paced it would be. But I was really blown away just by how much actually happened in this episode. Like, so much happened. Like, in season 6 or season 5, it would probably take about 3 episodes to get to where they got to in one episode. And, you know, I was really blown away. And I was worried that they were going to rush with certain character arcs and stuff like that. But it's really on point, the pacing. I really liked it. It's fast, but not too fast. You know, because let's be honest, some of the weaker bits of Game of Thrones, I think in season 5, it was very slow. And with this one, they really do pick up the pace. And they do such a good job of making it, like I said, fast but not too fast, not rushing with the characters. They still take their time, and I like that, and I appreciate that. On the whole, this has been a great episode of Game of Thrones, incredibly fast paced, so many characters, such a satisfying ending with Daenerys, with Tyrion, Varys, all arriving to Westeros. Daenerys having that whole like segment, last like 5-10 minutes of the episode, all to herself, and she's just walking around Dragonstone. There's no dialogue, and I love that. Until at the end she says, "Shall we begin?" Oh, that is mad! Oh, yeah, I loved it so much. This has been such a great episode. And I cannot wait to recap and review the next 6 episodes. Wow. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. And I'm not going to grade the episode. Like, if I were to grade the episode, I'd give it an A+ probably. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not going to grade the episode, but I did thoroughly fucking love this episode. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you saw and enjoyed that episode, Dragonstone, as much as I did. I thought it was fucking brilliant. Thank you as always, guys, for watching. Thank you.